Hi, this is Paul Haar from the Saxophonist.org, and I'm here with a play test and review of the Crescent by Retro Revival. You know, the Chinese philosopher Confucius once wrote that there are three ways that a human can learn. One is through careful contemplation and study. Another one is emulation of something that is good. And the third, which is making mistakes. I think for most mouthpiece maker, it's in the second category that they live. And arguably one of the most inspiring sources for mouthpiece makers are the early New York Autolinks, both the Tone Master and the Super Tone Master. It's where classic jazz history, those great players played these mouthpieces. So the Crescent mouthpiece is Retro Revival's continuing quest to try to find those classic Autolinks, you know, particularly like the double rings. That being said, when I first tried this mouthpiece, I was a little taken back. I looked at the silver plating and the white bite plate, and I thought they were trying to copy an early Duke-off mouthpiece, like what was played by Dexter Gordon in the early years. But once I kind of learned about what it is that they were going for, which was a richer, darker, more sonorous type sound, Autolink sound, I was really excited to try this. The Crescent mouthpiece is instantly going to get the attention of tenor players because it lays the mind to think about the classic John Coltrane album, Crescent. In fact, you see a picture of John Coltrane on the advertising. This mouthpiece does produce a darker, more husky sound, and this is because of the lower and longer baffle profile. I found this mouthpiece to really be unique. In fact, if I was to think of some words that would describe it, powerful, husky, muscular, deep would be all ones that would come to mind. It has a tremendous core throughout the range of the instrument, and that's from the highest note to the lowest note. I generally found the articulation to be quick. I had some issues in the lower register. I had to kind of dial it in with the right reed, but once I got it, it seemed to produce it fine. It does produce a very free-blowing but centered sound. Now, for me, and I have to emphasize that this is my impression of the mouthpiece. I play with a brighter sound, so I think this was a little bit brighter of a tone than what I think most people would produce. I also found that the sound was probably one of the best mouthpieces I've played for locking me into the center of the core of the sound. That being said, it was a little bit less cooperative, would probably be the best term, when I wanted to spread the sound out and try to create a Stan-Getz sound. So for me, this may not be the mouthpiece I would choose because of the limitations it has for me in the color spectrum. But if you're looking for a mouthpiece that really embodies the characteristics of a classic Autolink and really gives you that amazing 50s, 60s tenor sound, this is one that you should check out because I think the Crescent really embodies the potential to get that sound. Now, why do I say it embodies the potential? Like with all Retro Revival mouthpieces, and I know they would want me to tell you this because I've talked to the guys, this mouthpiece is not going to play for you. if you don't play well, this is just going to be loud, bad playing that you're going to experience. But if you understand the sound that you want to produce, and you have an awareness and knowledge of how to create a good sound on a tenor saxophone, this is certainly one that's going to really give you a classic auto-link type tenor sound. So you should check out the Crescent. It's certainly worth a playtest. To learn more about this, to read the written review, and to read about other retro revival mouthpieces, please check out our website at www.thesaxophonist.org.